No, that's not for me.
So today I'm going to be trying other dads' favourite beers.
I don't think boys, or anybody in fact, enjoys the taste of beer. At the beginning anyway, certainly. I think it's just a rite of passage, isn't it? Everybody's dad takes them down to the pub or wherever and gives them their first beer.
I tend to go for craft beers more than anything else, but I'm not a particular snob about it. Realistically, I'll drink anything.
I just drink the stuff if it tastes nice, and if it doesn't, my life is unaffected.
Okay, I'm ready to try some new beers.
The reason why you need to try Desperados, tequila with beer is a surprisingly nice match. Ale or lagers or craft beers, I don't know the difference. They all taste like beer to me, but Desperados has a different taste to it. And yeah, if you're feeling a bit, frisky, drop a lime in that and boom, got yourself a drink, man.
Looking at the bottle itself, the presentation of this is interesting.
It just reminds me of the Wild West, doesn't it? The old Wild West. I can hear in the background as I look at this.
Flavoured with tequila.
If I'm honest, my expectations are pretty low right now about this one.
I'm going to tuck in. Way, there we go.
Smells like beer. Can't smell any tequila.
You can tell I don't work in a pub, can't you?
So let's see what it tastes like. And you'll be able to tell by the look on my face whether I like it or not. I'm actually surprised, that's quite nice.
That is a lovely job of drink. Right there, Desperados.
No, that's not for me.
On the basis of that swig, 2 swigs, 3 swigs, I could probably drink that. I could probably go out and buy that.
Considering it's got tequila in it, it's 5.9%, but it doesn't taste like that, actually. It almost tastes like shandy, if anything, which I like.
It's really sweet. Really sweet to drink, like it's making my teeth stick together kind of sweet. But no, then what happens then, you see, is after a minute, after a few seconds, you just get that bit of tequila taste in your mouth. I'm having flashbacks.
This is probably the type of lager that you could accidentally get drunk on.
It's almost too dangerously drinkable, I would suggest. You could down quite a few of these without realising it, and before you know it, you're living somewhere else.
It's just very different. It's not something that I would choose to drink.
So better than any beer I've ever tasted, outside my own favourites. In fact, including my own favourites. This is my new favourite, that's what I'm saying. Guinness to me is like eggs, in that I was never a particular great fan of eggs, but I do love the way eggs look. So I do, you see a fried egg sunny side up, that lovely white with a yellow in the middle, it just looks lovely. I never really liked them, but and I feel that way about Guinness. I love the way it looks, the blackness of it with the creamy top and the smoothness of it. And so I sort of just developed a taste for it, really, a liking for it, more about its appearance even than its flavour, weirdly.
Its packaging is interesting. I like the fact that it's got the gold top, it makes it look very posh.
I really hope I like it, because I've grown up, I'm in my 30s now, and I've grown up all my life with my uncle saying, "Oh, European stout is not the one. Don't drink European stout, drink Nigerian Guinness." So I'm actually getting to taste it in my older age now to see if maybe my taste buds have matured.
Now, I don't know if this is going to work, but I've seen if you invert the can totally upside down in the can, that's the way to get a best pour. Right, it is right upside down. And see what happens. I think I better lift it up. It's not gone everywhere yet.
Okay.
Tell you what, you see some stuff on the internet and you think it's a load of rubbish. Look at that.
Okay, so this is definitely not a beer because it's dark. So I'm assuming stouts are dark.
I like the cloudy bit. I think that's good. I don't know whether it's supposed to be cloudy.
Doesn't smell an awful lot yet. Let's have a try.
Whoa.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Whoa.
That's really lovely. Do you know what I like about that? Oh, you know you've had a drink.
Ooh, all right, let me just give that one more take.
To be fair to it, I'm going to have a third swig.
Ooh, it's different, man.
I think there's an argument to say this is a substantial meal.
Maybe if I pour some more, it might actually like change. I'm hoping it changes.
Would I go out and buy it or go down a pub and drink it? Probably not.
A pint of Guinness probably isn't something that I want to have with my dinner, with a main meal, because I think I'd just be full. Do you know what I'd really think that'd go well with though? Big bag of Twiglets, Camden Pale Ale. It just does everything that I want it to do. It tastes fantastic. It's really easy to get a hold of, and it just works for me. When it's freezing cold and poured into a glass, and it just does exactly the right thing. It's perfect for me.
Camden Pale Ale. Never heard of it before.
I love the packaging. Really caught my eye actually in the supermarket. I love it's minimalist, but it's an interesting colour I think for a beer. Let's have a taste.
Oh.
I've got an ale glass for it.
Colour is rather golden, nice head of foam at the top.
I can't help but feel that the colour is slightly off-putting. I'll let you draw your own conclusions on that one.
Smells fruity.
Lemons, dare I say a bit of vanilla in that.
And tastes fruity.
I need to take a second to look on this one.
I don't know what I'm tasting, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what I'm tasting, it just tastes like beer.
Another sweetie required here, I think.
I quite like that. Different, quite like that. Again, easy to drink, but
it's not terrible. I've had worse.
do you know, I can imagine having this with fish and chips. I can imagine having a nice fish and chip dinner with this to wash it down. Yeah.
Carling Black Label, I was a sucker for advertising, and I remember the old adverts of the 80s, 1980s with Carling Black Label, as it was called then, and they had these fantastic adverts. So when I try Carling, it always brings back those memories flooding back of those fantastic adverts that they used to do.
Carling Original Lager, now that sounds real like, whoa, you know, whoa.
Good old Carling, I tell you what, this takes me back to days as a student when that's all we could afford.
It's quite dull, isn't it really? It's typical Carling. They don't go for snazzy packaging, do they really? Minimalist, I would suggest, but hey, at the end of the day it's about the drink, I guess. Carling have got a name, they've got a name, haven't they? Maybe they don't need the packaging, who knows?
Works for me. Let's give it a pour, shall we? Let's have a look. Here's something new for me. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever drunk Carling out of a glass.
It smells very hoppy.
Yeah, that's the stuff. That reminds me of being in the social club.
I'm not a massive fan, actually, to be honest. I'm trying to work out what aftertaste is. I can't attribute it to anything human.
That is actually nice. I don't mind this one. It's quite savoury.
It doesn't taste of an awful lot. It's completely inoffensive. It's very difficult to think how you're not going to like it. There's not a lot not to like, and I think actually that's the thing that people who don't like it do say. It's inoffensive. It doesn't really taste of an awful lot.
Won't be replacing others on my list of favourites though. Sorry, Carly.
Sorry, I just need to take one more to this one. This is a kebab beer. That's a good thing because we like kebabs here in Britain. This is a kebab beer, definitely. Unfortunately, I still like my Desperados. I think I'm the type of guy that just likes what I like.
I don't think I'll be having Desperados again anytime soon. It's not something I'm going to rush to go out and buy. Guinness though, that'd be a nice thing to have in every now and then if you just fancy a Guinness.
Particularly happy to be introduced to Desperados, and yeah, it was nice to actually taste a beer and really taste it rather than, you know, just walking to a pub, being thirsty and just throwing it down your neck.
If I'm going to be honest, I have a habit of getting stuck in a rut when it comes to having the same things. It's like ordering a pizza and having a pepperoni. You need to experiment with the other ones, but you can almost guarantee that when you do go for something and you really like it, if you go, oh, I like that, they stop selling it, which I found out with my local pizza place.
Listen, any one of you dads want to have a Carling or want to have a Guinness or Camden Pale Ale, let's do it.